computer. Good evening, good evening, good evening. You guys know why I'm here. Thank you for checking out another one of my weekly Forex analysis. I really do appreciate each and every one of y'all. And this video is brought to you by, of course, arbitrage. You guys know arbitrage. That's my edge in the market. That's what gives me a lot of entries in the market and gives me decent exits on them as well. Whenever I need to get out of a trade because I feel like it's not moving my way, I get that exit from arbitrage and I'm out of there. Simple as that. So if anybody is interested in using arbitrage from what you will see in the video and other videos I've had in the past, then just hit me up anywhere. YouTube, Instagram, Telegram, Facebook, anywhere. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this started. We only have news on Tuesday and Wednesday. I love seeing that. We have Fed Chairman Powell is going to be talking for the US dollar. We have the governor in Canada speaking, so Canadian dollar news, Canadian dollar may be affected. We have a lot of NZD news. This, I think, is going to bring a lot of volatility in the market. I don't know if anybody remembers, like a couple times last year, that there would be these monetary policy statements that the NZD will release, and it'll move the markets like crazy. And so what I plan on doing is I plan on looking and seeing what the market looks like a couple minutes before, like 30, 45 minutes before the NZD news happens. And then once that happens, then we'll be all good. And then Wednesday, we have Fed Chairman Powell speaking again. So just based off of that, let's go ahead and get this started. But before I continue, let me just pause. All right, so let's go ahead and get this started. So DXY, first and foremost, go on the weekly time frame, see what the DXY did. So I really, and this is what I was mentioning to everybody. I'm like, guys, I don't know if the US dollar is really going to pump as I think it's going to pump, because if you go and look at the weekly candle, this is not telling me that price wants to continue to the upside on a weekly time frame. This is telling me that price wants to continue dropping. And it's been the same thing for the past how many weeks now? We've had price came up, after it broke here, hit once, hit twice, hit a third time, then dropped, came up, almost tried to break it, it didn't, and even the week before that it tried. So I'm not getting any type of optimism saying that I want to buy the US dollar. I think that the US dollar is going to continue falling. And again, guys, it's just these two candlesticks, these three candlesticks, not even two. Hold on. Let me move this away. These three candlesticks right here, I'm not feeling them at all. So when I'm seeing those three candlesticks and this price is just dropping, and it's just showing me that, okay, price might be starting to drop and stuff like that. So, and it's the same thing that I mentioned on Wednesday when I did my quick analysis. It's just not, I'm not here for any type of buys or anything like that at the moment. It's like I do see that price is at this little support that it held at previously, but the chances of this breaking and dropping to the downside, it's high in my personal opinion. Let me go ahead and get those drawings that I had back up on here. And then even if you go onto the 4-hour time frame and then you look, if you just draw this fib out, basically this is already played out from the 61.8. Now I would have rather preferred the 71% fib, because that's what I usually like looking for, but I didn't get that, and so price just pushed up to 91.177. That would have been ideal, but it didn't. And prices dropped from me there, man. And look, it's been a steady fall. Like as soon as just as fast as it climbed up, it dropped back down. So I'm not really looking for any type of buys, personally speaking, on the US dollar, on the DXY. I most likely expect this to happen, realistically speaking, for price to break, retest, and continue to the downside. Now, if we don't get that, then I'm just gonna have to wait on whatever else can happen, But yeah, I'm not feeling this at all. We already had to push the downside retracement, not continuation. That's all I really see. So we'll see how the DXY plays out, though. Let's go into arbitrage real quick, and I'll be able to be like, okay, let's see what RB has for me. So we have US dollar 1-hour time frame. It could, if it does end up breaking out to the upside, then hey, this could be a possible setup on the 1-hour time frame. Now, I'm not saying that I'm liking it, because it has to get there first, and once it gets there, that's when I'll be like, okay, maybe that's when we can get in. But despite all that, again, daily time frame, it's closed under this RSI line. And for those who have been on my channel for a while now, you guys would know that when price is under this RSI line, that's when I'm like, okay, that's a dangerous sign. That's kind of telling me that price wants to drop. And from this buy, the DXY played out nicely, but overall, it's just really bearish on every other time frame. On every time frame, not even every other time frame. Every time frame is bearish. Even the 4-hour just called for the sell right here. I wouldn't be surprised if price does indeed pop up to 90.522 and then breaks this low. I really wouldn't be surprised at all. Which is what, if it does play out, like coming up to 90.522 or whatever, then this might call for a buy. But I'm not really feeling the buy overall. Like I said, it's just the same thing. I'm not feeling the buy. Even this 15-minute, it could kick rocks because this looks like it's just going to drop. So that's my opinion on the DXY. I'm not really interested in looking for any kind of buys. The only way that I could really say that, okay, I'm going to look to buy the dollar is if I really see price. Let me get rid of this real quick because this is basically done. Is for price to literally break out to the upside, retest, and it has to hold here for a day or two. I would even want to see it push a little higher, to be quite honest with you. To be quite like, just based off of how the dollar has came up to this zone, even tried to break through it and then failed. So that's why I'm like, I can't. For me to say that I like the sells on this, that is inaccurate. So let's see how this plays out. But overall, this is what I'm looking at. Drop, retest, continuation. Come back down to these lows and even probably push down lower, to be quite honest with you. So let's go ahead and go on over to EURUSD. Again, I have no idea what that trade was. Oh, I think it was from when I was just doing my review earlier. Let me get these back on here. Hold on. There you go. All right, let me see what I had over here all together. Okay. All right, take those off, go on to the weekly time frame. Likewise, with the DXY, I'm supposing, because that's how it usually plays out. These candles right here are not telling me that the EURUSD wants to drop to the downside. It just looks like price wants to continue to the upside. I don't like seeing this candle this way. It's not really telling me that, oh, there's weakness in the sellers, but then we have this long wick 2 weeks ago. Then we had this bullish candle, and then we have another long wick that they even dropped lower than this. So again, just like I had mentioned last week with EU, with this buy over here, let me get rid of all this right here. I personally wanted EU to drop down to like 1.8168, but I don't think it's going to happen. What I would really want to see on EU is just keep going to the upside. Like, there's really nothing I can do here. Like, there's really not much that I could really do at this point. Price pushed to the upside, retest, came to the 61.8. My entry was at the 1.20156 at the 71%, but I wasn't able to get that. And so I'm just like, okay, with that being said, guys, I'm just going to have to wait it out and let it do its thing. Like, let's go into the daily time frame. We see the structure right here. Let me get rid of this fib because I have no use for it any longer, or this alert confirmation. And this was just, again, that was just stuff I was doing. But look at right here. We see that price came back, broke, retest. This is basic break and retest stuff right here. Break, retest, continuation to the upside. That's why when I was selling last week and the price came down here, I'm like, okay, guys, let's just go ahead and get out. Like, let's take our profits, because I didn't think that it was worth it to try to stay in this. And you could also argue, there's a lot of people that might argue this play right here. They're like, oh, well, I'm thinking that EURUSD is going to sell, because if you draw from this fib, the retracement, look where it's at. It came up to the 71%, respected it nicely, and it's right there, which absolutely, I do see this. This is actually pretty decent for me, that I would be like, okay, this could be definitely a potential sell right here. This is my setup. But again, guys, just looking at it from the higher time frame and just looking at it again from this point of view, that it gave you the break and then it finally retested, it gave you railroad tracks right here. Engulfing candle, a bullish engulfing candle right here, pushed up, price came to the 61.8 fib, and then pushed back up again. There's a lot of things here telling me that this is bullish. Like, there's no broken daily or weekly structure that can dictate that, oh yeah, this is going to be bearish. Like, no, it's definitely bullish. Like, just again, weekly time frame. Look how bearish it's been. Respected the structure at one point, broke it, retested it, and left a big wick on where it retested that from. Unless I see this broken, then I can't officially say that I'm selling the DXY. But again, this play right here, this could be very valid. And for those who want to take it, absolutely. This is a setup that I can see for sure happening. I probably won't even get in it until I get some type of arbitrage thing. But I wouldn't like throw 1% at this trade. Personally speaking, I'd probably just throw, like, let's say maybe like 0.5% on it, because it looks decent. It looks very good, especially for a 4-hour time frame trade with this huge bearish candle. But then again, like I've said so many things that like go against it as well. So I'm just like, let's see how this plays out. So EURUSD, this is the 15-minute time frame, and it looks like it wants to get into a buy. 1-hour time frame, been buying. 4-hour time frame, it's crossed over the RSI line, so I could expect it to call for a buy, and like once this compass crosses over. And daily time frame, now daily time frame, it hasn't quite crossed over, so this is another reason why I'm like, I might get into the sell, because again, arbitrage is my edge, and if it's still showing me on the daily time frame especially that this could possibly sell, then I'm like, it's still holding right here. I'm here for it. But then if I look at the level pro and the arbitrage Z, it's telling me, bro, this looks like it's still gonna go bullish. This never really went bearish. Even when it came all the way down to this low, it never went bearish on the level pro. So that's one thing that I'm like, it's a lot of different things. Same thing, 4-hour time frame. It's both of them are calling that, oh, it's calling for buy. So for me to want to just try to sell it right now, it's very risky at this point. I'd rather just go ahead and set an alert. EURUSD, short, not short exit all. I want a short. I'm going to set the alert, and then, just create. When it pops up, I'll wait for the retest and then get in. But other than that, if I don't get that alert, again, guys, my alert or my entry would probably be like around like 1.21073, but with like just regular technical analysis, my entry is like up over here at 1.21288, which is a couple like 10-15 pips. But I would rather wait for those couple 10-15 pins for me to get a confirmed entry, because if this is going to do what I would want it to do, then I could see it totally coming down and breaking these lows and dropping to 191 pips. But again, this is way too risky, and I'm not really feeling it. If you want to take it, absolutely, but I'm not here for it. It's just, like I said, it's just too many confirmations on the higher time frames that are telling me no, don't get in, because it looks like it's going to keep going bullish. So that's for EURUSD. I'll be watching it. Like I said, I have my alert set for the sell, because that 1 hour, it looks promising, But I just need there's no confirmations that are telling me to sell quite yet. So I'm just waiting I'm really going to wait for this to give me an entry on EU. So I'll go on over to GPUSD. All right, so GPUSD, let me just talk about it from last week. I didn't get my alert at 1.38263. That one hurt, because as you guys can see, price went bullish, and it even went up to the 38.2 extension. So that's pretty fire. But let's go ahead and knock all that off and go on to the weekly time frame. GU, extremely bullish, doesn't want to slow down, has no intent on slowing down apparently. Just keeps going up on higher on the weekly. When I'm seeing these candles right here, like, why would you try to sell this when prices are just going higher and not giving you any signs that it's going to slow down? Same thing as the daily time frame. It's like basically at its high that it's been at for a while. But let's go ahead and look at these zones right here. Personally, I don't care for where price is at right there. I'd rather price, if it's just going to keep going bullish, you might as well just come up to these highs, try to grab some liquidity up here and then drop. That's kind of the only way I'd really see it play out, to be quite honest with you. I mean, yeah, I do see that there's wicks and stuff right here, la-di-la, chilling right there. If I go on, I'm pretty sure if I try to go back, that the markets won't let me. Let me see. Okay, cool. Daily time frame, just to see what price really did when price came up to these highs. So push up, push up. So on a daily, came here, respected once, 1 day, 2 days, broke through. See, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Price came up here one last time and then just sunk. So what I really would want to do for what I can't speak. So what I would really want price to do is I would want price to literally just come up here and grab this liquidity up here on a larger time scale. Like all I really see is price going bullish anyways. So I would want it to just grab this liquidity because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of retail traders that once price comes up here, they're going to be like, oh boys, come to this demand zone. Let's look to sell, sell, sell. Which, yeah, of course, like if you want to go ahead and take those risks, for sure. I don't see anything wrong with it. But me personally, I just think that price is going to end up coming up here, would probably like consolidate for 6 to 7 days, push up to the upside, making buyers think that price is going to continue to the upside, and then end up dropping. So that's the reason why I got to chill on GU. Like it's just way too bullish to try to sell. This music is lofi beats. You can Google it. Oops, this is the wrong one. Wrong place. Lofi hip hop. You can just Google it. YouTube it, and it'll pop up. I like using it. It's pretty chill. Keeps me concentrated on when I'm working. But yeah, so with GU again, it's way too bullish for me to say that, oh, let's try to sell it right here. If you want, go ahead, by all means. It's a risky sell, but I'm not into that. Only way that I could really think about getting into GU again is probably within our trade. Like, remember last week how we got into this trade right here and price just ended up dropping pretty nicely. That's probably the only way how I'm going to think about trying to sell GU right now. Now, there's going to be people that are like, oh, well, it's at this high, it's Aussie session, and it's Monday. Maybe there won't be a lot of volatility to keep pushing price up, and then price would drop, which absolutely, again, I'm not against. I'm really not against trying to sell at highs like this. I do it all the time. It's riskiness. You just got to be able to assess your risk and figure out how much you're really risking in order for you to make this money. Like I probably risk about 10 pips on this if I were to try to sell it, and whatever happens type of thing. Like I'll just be like, oh, 10 pip stop loss. As soon as price goes 10 pip profits, like, okay, stop loss at break even, whatever happens type of thing. So I'm going to actually copy and send this out over here. So if you guys want, absolutely be my guest. But I am not going to try to hop into this. It's way too bullish. Point of control, if you want, you can post that up. But like, where is it really going to take you? Do you think that price is really going to drop down here after making all these moves? I would appreciate. I would definitely appreciate if price really did drop to 1.38967. But the reality of things is price going to do that as bullish as it's been, especially since it closed with that very bullish candle, So I'm just like, GU, same thing with EU. If it's going to sell or if it's going to buy, hey, I'll wait for arbitrage to give me an entry. But other than that, y'all can have it. And same thing applies to AUDUSD. Like, just look at it. It's been bullish. How many times have I tried to sell AUDUSD? But yet it's just be like, no, you're just disrespecting me. I'm just going to keep going bullish. Like, how long is it going to do this? So It's the same. It's basically the same vibe as GU, just a retest, continuation to the upside. Let me go into the weekly time frame. Very bullish candle, and let me see where the structure is at. So this is the structure that it broke. All I could really see it, or all I would really want to see it do before I could start being like, okay, maybe now we could finally get that sell on the AUD pairs that I want. Oops, I did not mean to take that last one. What I would want to see happen is for price to really like literally do a break and retest and keep pushing to the upside so that it could literally come up, grab this liquidity, because I think a 0.8200 long term is very realistic, as we can see how bullish AUD has been. And then we can see what it's going to do at this level right here. Because if price really holds here at this, because this is that's a supply zone if I've seen one. If price can really go up here and then look to grab this liquidity up here, because that's all I really see right there, even maybe higher than that, then I'd want to see this like take a nosedive type of thing. Australian dollar has been it's been prosperous. It's been prosperous 2020, 2021. It's been prosperous, and there's nothing wrong with that. So like I said, again, I just think that price is going to push to the upside higher. Arbitrage, yeah, good luck with that. Everything's calling for a buy, like literally every single time frame. Even if I go on to the 1 minute, I promise you it's calling for a buy. So, yeah, I mean, it's even right here. This is where what made me really be like skeptical about AUDUSD last week. That's the reason why once I said about that risky sell, I was like, nah, I'm not even gonna try to play this out. And so there we have it. Weekly analysis. Yes, last week I even mentioned I'm like, yo, daily time frame calling for a buy. Be careful. This is gonna probably push to the upside. Did just that. So that's AU. I can't really talk much about GA and GU. I mean GA and EA because it's probably the same thing. They're just going bearish as that's going bullish. I was hurt when this happened, but I'm glad I didn't really get in. So GA, and again, guys, it's the same thing that I said last week. That I'm like, oh, like I can see price really dropping to the downside and still respecting this sell box. It's been at this sell box since like last week, or in January 31st. It's been up here, it dropped down, acted like it wanted to. It never pushed to the upside past 1.80473. So, I mean, you can't really say that I haven't been saying it, but at the same time, it's like, dang, GA, are you really gonna buzz down to the downside? Because GP pairs, and we'll also look at EURGBP and GBPJPY, GBP pairs, they're really like bullish right now, and EURGBP is very bearish. So me seeing GA drop like this is like, okay, the Australian dollar must really have a lot of control over the Great Britain pound, because this is just, it hasn't been trying to pop as the other GP pairs have, right? And so again, I still have this dropping. Like, is this the same setup that I've had for basically how long? Like ever since prices came up here, I said that, oh, I want price from this drop to retrace. Came up here, been up here for a minute. If it breaks this, it's just going to keep dropping. But again, guys, I don't look at any Forexy like heat waves or anything like that, or I don't look at like what the gauge of, oh, this currency is stronger than this currency or anything like that. But there's one or two things can happen here. Either A, price is going to break out, might retest. I don't think GA would give you that retest, personally speaking. Continuation to the downside, or price literally pops from where it's at right here. Not pop, but it like goes bullish from where it's at right here. So that's my thing. My opportunity, it missed. If I were to try to get into this sell, me personally, my opportunity missed. But I still think that this can have a lot of potential to drop. Like, nothing's really changed for me. And just because I didn't look at the weekly candle, let's go take a look at it. Yeah, it's just like with the DXY weekly candle and like EURUSD. Me seeing this huge wick to the upside with other wicks that are pushing up as well, and then price. Wait, hold on. Is this way longer than I think it is? Look how long this wick is. I didn't even think it was that long. All right, yeah, bet. This is even more confirmation telling me that this is going to fall, because that's just a very long wick for me to think that GA is going to push to the upside. So unless it does, then I'm very much bearish on it. Same thing on EA. EA just keeps making lower lows. Like, look at this weekly candle. 3 weekly candles, very much bearish. Price is still dropping. What more can I say? I don't have it hasn't stopped dropping, so I can't really say that, oh, well, I expect price to turn around from here and yada yada, all that stuff. No, all I can really say, hey, if price can do me a favor and come back up here, then I'll continue selling. Why not? Or let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that price just stops like around right here. Price can climb up a little higher, do a little stop hunt type of move, then drop, then I'll look for that. But other than that, again, just like with GA and AU, every single time frame is calling for a sell on EA. Boom, sell. 15-minute time frame, sell right here. 5-minute time frame, sell up here. So it's just extremely bearish. Don't really want to look at any AUD pairs at all right now. Let's go on to EURGBP. All right, so EURGBP, first of all, let me move these down. Secondly, get onto the weekly time frame. And again, so EURGBP is showing very much bearish momentum. I still am very curious to see how price is going to handle down here, because I don't know if you guys remember last week when I drew this fib, price is literally in my range to look for buys long term. But the way how price action is showing, it is not looking like things wants to slow down. Therefore, I'm going to be patient on this. And even if I miss my 71% fib, I'm going to be okay with that, because this is on a weekly time frame. It's not on the daily. It's not on the 4 hour. This is on the weekly. So me seeing this on the weekly, this is, if price is really going to buy, it's going to give us so many opportunities right here. So I'm just going to be patient. Let EG do his thing. Other than that, it's been very bearish. If you're looking to try to buy it, I would highly suggest that you don't, because again, it's just very bearish on all time frames. Same thing on arbitrage. I mean, from the day called daily right here on January 21st, it's just been bearish every single day, going lower and lower. So yeah, again, I would just personally wait on this. I remember this EG buy that we tried to get into. Price ended up selling, retested RSI line, and just kept dropping. So that's EG, man. Like again, these GBP pairs and Euro and AUD pairs, they're really bearish and or bullish. For us to try to catch anything right now is kind of pointless, because nothing's really showing us that, oh, it is going to turn around. Like look at EURNZD, for instance. I've been saying that I wanted it to buy, but it's so bearish. That's the reason why I've been staying away from it. And it just showed its true colors last week on this sell. I was like, all right, well, I'm going to see if price is going to push down or if it's going to start pushing to the upside. What did it end up doing? It ended up breaking this major demand zone, and it looks like it wants to drop even lower. Look at boom, boom, boom. So again, we just got to see how these pairs play out, because they've been really on the longer term time frames, on the weeklies and the dailies, they have been trending. They have been very trendy, and trend is your friend. So EURNZD, I don't even know why I had that green there. I didn't trade it at all last week. GBPJPY, again, same thing. This would have been a perfect opportunity to try to get back in. Break, retested the flag. Yeah, nothing too crazy, but still, continuation to the upside. Let me get rid of all this. All right, so weekly time frame. Look how bullish this candle is. How many days, how many weeks of bullish candles on GBPJPY have we had? That's why I can't really sell it. That's why I haven't been really even giving any signals on GJ, except for like, oh, if it does this, then for sure. So what I really wanted to do, I love that it's up at this high. I really wanted to kind of come up to like 150 slash 150.200 area, and for it to possibly grab that liquidity, like let's just say from up here, and then drop. If we put out the point of control, look, the price is down here, but like this is on the weekly. I don't believe it, to be quite honest with you. Let me even look on the monthly time frame at this point. Like price really wants to come back to, like, the point of control is really right here, like at this 141.539. But at the same time, there's still all this volume up here. Price can literally still come up and do a whole lot of damage up here. So at this point in time, all I could really say is bullish, but I can't buy it up here because it's just the risk to reward. It doesn't make sense to me, or I don't even see a trade setup for me personally. So all I could really do is either A, wait for the break, retest of this I'll consider a demand zone at this point since price is over it, for a retest of it as it climbs a little higher, and then a continuation to the upside. Other than that, to say that I want to sell on this type of trend, I'll be a madman. I have been trying to, and I've just been taking L's from that. So like, why not just like, not? And obviously on arbitrage, there's really nothing for me to see. So let's just go on over to USDCHF. So USDCHF has been doing nicely. It's been doing nice with the numbers. I was able to get into my 71% fib at this sell. Let me hide all drawing. Go on to the weekly. Extremely bearish. That's number one. Don't really see anything that would tell me that this is gonna like try to break highs. All I really can see at this point, hold on, I probably have it already. All I can really see at this point is annotate. Let me get that. And all I could really see is price like retesting this zone that it just broke through. Like, to say that anything else really is what I see is the lie. I just see a break, retest, continuation to the downside. Daily time frame, put back on everything. From this trend line up here, one touch, two touch, third touch, that's confirmation for a trend, although I don't really care for trend lines. This is how I'm gonna be looking at it. And based off of this this pennant that I'm drawing, it's just a continuation pattern. So I'm looking for price to, like, again, continue to the downside. Probably actually gonna take my sell on USDCHF all the way down there. Currently my stop loss on this is at, hold up. First of all, let's get rid of that. Yeah, my stop loss is at break even for this trade. So if price does end up coming back up, then I'll be looking for another possible trade if price hits the trend line. It all depends on how the trend line acts, though. But again, I wanted to see this pennant break to the downside. We got the breakout, retest. I really see this continuing to the downside. I don't see how this is like really showing any bullish signs on the higher time frames. And again, same thing. I already mentioned it. I'm pretty sure I already had that drawn out. I did. So let's see how things play out. I do see that there is this support right here that price like broke out a little bit, but then pushed to the upside. So gotta wait and see how things play out. I do like this bullishness that the price has made for it to possibly break out to the upside. But at this point, it'd have to be like a break and retest type of thing. This railroad tracks is what really has me concerned. So I think that this price is just gonna end up dropping some more. So that's for USDCHF. I don't know why I didn't have this one on green. Okay, let's talk about Mr. Tacos. All right, so tacos, kind of the same thing. I really want to see it drop, but I could kind of see it potentially coming back up and hitting my stop loss before dropping. But as we can see, guys, let me get rid of this. Let me hide, and hide. Weekly time frame. Tacos doesn't look terrible for a buy, but the fact that it's just been chilling right here, it came up once, gave this big bullish candle, retested, and it hasn't still broken this yet. That's what has me questioning that, is this really gonna buy? You know, I am still in my sell for USD Mexican, and I'm okay with being in drawdown. I mean, that's what trading is about sometimes, you know. Um, and I do like seeing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of well, I'm not counting today. 5 days of bullishness. I do like seeing that. Let me see what the volume looked like as price was pushing to the upside. Yeah, as price is pushing up, then on the daily time frame, the volume is increasing. So we could probably definitely see USD Mexican make another push to the upside. But I'm just going with how I have my sentiment on the dollar, that I think that is gonna I think the dollar's gonna drop. And if the dollar's gonna drop, I don't think that USD Mexican is gonna really rise like that. Now it can, not saying that it can't. Anything is possible, but I'm not really feeling it. So gonna wait and see how this plays out. Again, for price to come in, grab like liquidity like up at 20.300 and then dropping, it exists, but I'm staying in my sell. If I go into arbitrage, I'm pretty sure it's telling me to get out, which I should have. Yeah, gave me this up. This is what made me really try to. No, that's not what made me get in this up. I got it like right here. Yeah, 1 hour time frames bullish, 4 hour time frames bullish. I wonder what the daily looks like. Yeah, the daily looks like it's just a little ugly to me. Weekly time frame is nowhere near calling for a buy yet, though, and probably has to come down to 19 point. Well, not again, but price probably has to come down to like 19.27300 before it really starts to think about like, okay, am I really going to drop now? I mean, if I'm really going to push to the upside, so gonna wait and really see what USD Mexican has for me. But as for now, I'm in here like somewhere, and I'm not going anywhere really. Mr. Gold. Okay, so I think I've talked about gold way too much, so I'm just gonna skim through this. You guys see it. Huge demand zone on gold. Draw this trend line out. Just gotta wait and see what gold does here. It looks like price might want to just respect this and push to the upside. All I really see is gold going bullish. I know a lot of traders that I respect, they have gold going bullish as well. So I really can't deny that this is bullish until it breaks the zone. And so until then, I'm still in this buy, and I'm looking to take gold up to at least 1871 if it's really gonna go bullish. And if it gets me out to sell, then hey, it is what it is. But yeah, that's all I really see on gold. Like I said, I've talked too much about it to try to delve deeper into it. 4 hour time frame. 4 hour about to call for a buy. Not quite there yet. 1 hour time frame has been calling for a buy right here, but I've already been in the buy, so it doesn't matter. 15-minute buy, but again, all that doesn't matter. I just need to see price really, like, I don't think price is gonna drop here, because if it was, then I think it would have already. But knowing gold, if it does drop, it's probably gonna do a move like this, like just straight up die if it does drop. So, and what I would personally want if I was looking for a gold sell was break, retest, oops, and then a continuation to the downside. That's really all I could say. But again, that's just if gold is going to drop, it might not here, not yet at least. And of course, the only thing that really has me concerned about gold is this weekly arbitrage that, again, it's just showing these magenta candles, and that's really showing me that, oh, this might want to sell. But the level pro hasn't given any signal that it wants to sell. So we'll see how things go. S&P I'm gonna have to go to the lower time frames for this one. All right, so S&P last week it was making higher highs. So surprising. I'm just playing around. And it came down, came to this little support that it has, because I can't call this a demand zone. I can only call it a support. And what I really expected to do is just continue making higher highs. Like there's again with all the, like same thing with all the other pairs. This is extremely bullish. How can you say that, oh, it's gonna sell when it's just been extremely bullish and more extremely bullish? And just look at it. Just look at this. From when all that COVID stuff started at its peak to now, it's not even accurate. I want to get the full, not even the full 365 days, and it's up 82%. So it's like I could say that I want to sell this all I want, but it's just way too bullish to try to again. So I mean, what I could possibly see happening, and I'll watch for it, is from this bullish move that it made, the retracement. I mean, from this bearish move that it made, the retracement, it already came up to like 61.8 basically, but not really. 3942, then yeah, sure, maybe I'll call for a sell. But if it gets to there, I'm going to be like, no, I want to buy it. Like I still want to be in the buy. So it's kind of like, no, I haven't analyzed NAS yet. So SPX, I just want to see how it's going to hold right here. If it does break this, then I would have to wait for a retest and then for it to continue dropping. But realistically speaking, the lowest that I could see this, if it does drop, then I'm going to probably be looking to buy it long term if it comes back to like 3751.9. That's what I would look for, personally speaking. But until then, yeah, I'm just going to let this ride out. Dow Jones, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. Yep. Price game right here, respected it, like pushed it upside, wicked it upside again, didn't make a higher high, wicked it again, then made a higher high. It's like, this is just going to make higher highs in my opinion. So with that being said, the same thing with like the Dow Jones. I'm pretty sure NAS is the very same. I feel like it's already grabbed its liquidity and it's just going to push to the upside. I didn't get my buy entry that I wanted from last week, but again, this just looks like to the upside it goes. Like I really still do think that it's going to make higher highs. There's nothing that's really giving me any type of vibes that's saying that it's going to sell. Why am I trying to delete these and they're not deleting? There you go. It's so weird. Maybe my keyboard needs a new battery. But anyways, yeah, all I really see is just pushing to the upside. Down here would have been a nice entry for me personally speaking, since I didn't get my entry down over here at 13543. But hey, you could take that as well. GJ, I already went through it, and it's just, bro, it's way too bullish. It'll make no sense for me to try to sell right here because it's just been so bullish. If you go look at the weekly candle should tell you that, yeah, bro, I'm way too bullish. I've been bullish for almost like 2 months now, so I can't sell it. But NASDAQ, like I said, personally speaking, the best entry would have probably been down here. I think this is going to take off and go make higher highs. And the only time that I'd probably look for a sell on it is if price came all the way up to 13784. But the moment that it probably price pushes past 13817.9, I'm out of there. So yeah, that's for NAS. That's for the NASDAQ. Let's go look at Bitcoin. Oh, wow. It's so funny because I was literally in a sell earlier and I got stopped out when price hit 58,000, and then look what it's doing now. Glad I didn't get back in. All right, but anyways, Bitcoin, I just want to do a whole brand new analysis, man. Bitcoin to the moon, analysis done. I'm just playing around. Just going back to what I had said last week about where I'm really thinking that Bitcoin could stop at, because just look at it from when it broke this high, from when it broke, sorry, 20,000 right here, and then it made its high at 42,000. I'm just gonna put it right there, but we all know that's 42,000. It made a move of about it made a move about 116% or 22,391 pips, right? From when price retested like around the 29,000 area and made another bullish move, that move has been about 29,000 as well. So I kind of want to see if price is going to do something like when it did right here, or when it pushed to the upside, if it's going to retest. That's what I was mainly waiting for on Bitcoin. But I mean, only way that I really want 42,000 to get hit if I want to try to get back into a long-term trade for Bitcoin. But again, look at this weekly candle, man. Like this weekly candle these weekly candles are bigger than these weekly candles when price were making all-time highs. So for me to say that I want that entry, I'm going to need a lot more than just, oh, price moved up this much and this much from the last time it was making higher highs. No, I can't do that. Absolutely not. So best thing that I could say for Bitcoin, if it comes back down to this 49,000 area or $50,000 area, that's what I'll probably look to buy. But other than that, 42K would be my next area to look for sells. And it's just it's hard to gauge. I'm not an analyst like Payton is, and Payton, he's the ultimate analysis. But for 42K for it to happen, yes, I do believe that it could happen, but the likelihood of it is very far off because overall, guys, overall, I really do believe Bitcoin could hit $100,000 this year. Because just look at it. Just look at these numbers. Just look at it from this point of view. Literally, it hasn't even been a whole year since Bitcoin was down here at $3,000, at $3,000, $4,000. Now it's at freaking it hit 58,000 today. I can't imagine like the possibility of 100,000 being, oh, that's not possible. Yes, it is, because from down here, from when the pandemic started, price has gone up 1,411%. In a matter, it hasn't even been a full calendar year yet. So with that being said, like the projection for price to come up to 100,000, it's not ludicrous. It literally exists. It's not ludicrous at all. It's all good. Yeah, I've already gone over gold, bro. Gold, I'm gonna buy on gold, and unless it breaks this demand zone down here, I have to stay in a buy on gold because it's just bullish, and this is like it's a continuation pattern. Break, retest, continuation to the upside. And I think I did this before. Look where my entry would have been at for gold. 1757. Remember when price came down here and I was looking for buys? It's kind of the same thing. So it's just this move already played out basically. But so yeah, I'm kind of still looking for buys on gold. Nice. Let's go on over to Ripple. Ripple. Rest in peace to my entry. Okay. Again, guys, SEC, they have their lawsuit against Ripple, which I think Ripple is going to win overall. This was my sell entry if I would have gotten into the sell. Just get rid of that fib, to be honest with you. And I'm going to play this out. I really think the SEC is going to take an L, and that Ripple is most likely going to hit the likes of $1 very shortly. Like how it came, broke through, came back up, retesting it. If this holds right here, if price can probably come down one more time and show some love, fill out this wick, come down here, I would definitely love to take this to the upside on Ripple, but it still has yet to break through this high that it made on September only back in September 2018. It has failed to break through here. But as soon as it does, it's go time. Like it's just like with all the other altcoins. Like look at Litecoin, look at Ethereum, look at Dogcoin, yeah. Look at all the other altcoins. Like they're all going bullish because there's so much. People are starting to see the true value of cryptocurrency, and so again, I'm really gonna wait and see if I can get one more push to the downside on Ripple here. I wasn't paying attention, and this happened way too fast for me to try to get in. 15-minute time frame. If we really want to, well, not 15 minutes. Let me go to the 1 hour. Looks way better. 1 hour time frame. It kind of gave us. It kind of might be hinting at a possible sell setup right here. Boom, 71%. If I would have got in, I would have been in profit right now. But this is still like it's still up for debate if it's really going to hold right here and drop and then pop. But this is what I'm looking for personally. If I can get price to come back down to these lows, I'm gonna get in. Probably might even buy some more Ripple in my wallet, and I'm looking to take Ripple to the moon, baby. Okay. Litecoin and Ethereum, I don't have. Well, actually, with Litecoin, I do have something I could say about it. Litecoin, I really want to be careful where it's at right now because this is at a level, and I'm going to show in a like just a replication of what Bitcoin had done when price got up to right here. I'm looking to see like Litecoin really take off once it breaks through here and then just destroy its all-time highs. And the reason why is that I want to show what Bitcoin did. Let's just go back, first of all. Let's go back to when Bitcoin came right here. Right? So when Bitcoin at first landed at this 13,000 area back in 2019? Yeah, 2019. This is like my first year when I started trading. Price ended up dropping, right? And then look, when it came back up, it took 1 day, 2 days, and then it took off. And then once it took off, it came to its all-time highs and then really destroyed. So I'm kind of looking at the same thing when it comes to Litecoin, that is really just gonna, once it crosses through here, it's going to be a matter of time before all-time highs get hit. And there's going to only be a matter of time before 1K gets hit on Litecoin. So that's what I'm looking at for Litecoin right now. But it could take a couple of days. It could take a week, maybe 2 weeks for Litecoin to do that. So I mean, taking it back down to the likes of 169.81 isn't so crazy. But in this bullish market, I mean, do you really want to risk it? So that's with Litecoin and Ethereum. Well, Ethereum hit 2K. Expected to keep going higher, to be quite honest with you. There's nothing really that I can give right here. Only entry that I could possibly give is already gone for another buy. It's like it's literally already gone. This would have been my entry right here. Again, if I was paying attention, I would have got that, but I wasn't, and so that L is for moi. But we can see what price can do if it holds right here. And if it does hold here, then hey, maybe that's another push to the upside for you. But with the way how Bitcoin hit 58,000 and then it dropped back down, I would personally wait. So that's my analysis, guys. Is there any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that? Let me see what gold looking like. I need this to pop, man. All right, so just to clarify, I am in USDCHF, I'm in USD Mexican, and I am in gold. I got into like a very small buy down here right before I got on my analysis, but other than that, it's nothing too crazy. Not looking to get into anything like that until, again, until I start to see more confirmation with these USD pairs. I'm very much bearish on the US dollar. So, all right, guys. Well, if there's no questions, comments, or concerns, then I really do appreciate y'all for hopping on here. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing there, and let's make some money this week. Going to go ahead and post the recording up very shortly. So thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all.